Well, it's time for another contest video. Who should I do? Who should I do? There's a lot of contest videos out there right now. Oh, what the heck? How about Hannah? She had a thousand people subbed her channel. 1,000. Man alive, in just a year? All right, Hannah it is. Here we go, the official Hannah 1,000 subscriber contest video entry. Well, first off, big congrats, Hannah. What more can you say, huh? Over 1,000, you're with that special elite kind of club. What can I say about your channel except you're from Nebraska, and being from Nebraska makes you like super cool, because only the coolest people are from Nebraska. And I don't care what any of these other people in the 49 states and around the world say, you and I, we know Nebraska is the coolest place. So let's do that video entry. Hannah had 3 questions. The first one was 3 of your favorite female artists. Not a problem. Next, a couple subgenres, genres, subgenres. Oh my God, I haven't said that word wrong in ages. And finally, your very favorite piece of stereo equipment. So we will show all of those. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of blocked. I know you would rather look at her than probably me. So that's Hannah. That's Hannah right there. Okay. So here we go. Let's dig into these questions. All right. The first female artist I chose is Emmylou Harris. When I was growing up, I can't say I knew much about Emmylou Harris. I heard about her in the 80s. I didn't really much care for her. I just wasn't into country. And as I've gotten older, especially as I got into the arts, I really began getting into more country. And Emmylou is one that I really began to enjoy. In the 90s and in the arts, she put out some fantastic CDs that caught my attention and made me want to find more of her stuff. One of her albums, right here. I mean, I have many Emmylou albums. This is Evangeline. I know one of my videos, I had a whole wall of Emmylou. As I just went out and I started buying her stuff. And for me, any of her albums from the 70s are pure gold. Her stuff from the 90s and the early aughts, I think, is beautiful. She's still making music. She's still one of the most gorgeous women in the whole wide world. And it's, a voice that I truly appreciate. And, she started with Graham Parsons way back when. They did Poncho and Lefty and some other great things. Love Hurts, they did together. And then, of course, Graham Parsons died. She went out on her own and has made just an incredible career. So Emmylou Harris, she's my first pick, top female vocalist. Now, how about this pick? That's Mrs. Costello. That's right, that's Mrs. Costello, or better known as Diana Krall. I saw her in concert a few years ago, and she came here to Midland, Michigan. Just beautiful. I have like this many of her CDs. It's a lot of her stuff. There's one of them there. What an incredible voice. Wonderful pianist, jazz. She's done it, CDs with some of the greats, Tony Bennett with her husband Elvis. Terrific music. And, from the 90s, the aughts, and up to now, she's more jazz. And, she just has that feel to her, kind of that smoky voice at times. It gets so smooth and beautiful. If you haven't listened to Diana Krall, well worth listening to. And what a beautiful woman. I guess the last one I said that with that too, huh? Okay, well, that's the way it is. Okay, here's my final one. And that's Jenny Lewis. I first got to know and listen to Jenny Lewis through the group Rilo Kiley. Love that group. Such great stuff. But then they broke up and she went out on her own. This is from a picture taken from the Watson twins when she did an album with the Watson twins. You talk about someone that sings great stories. Oh my goodness, she sings. I mean, it's just beautiful stories, and she has such a lovely voice in which to tell them. This was her last one, I guess, called Voyager. And Man, I listened to the heck out of this thing. Now, she performed it on Austin City Limits too, and a variety of other things. It was a remarkable album. And, anything that Jenny Lewis puts out, I'm probably going to buy because, again, I think she has a way of taking a song and taking that story. She makes it her own. She makes it very exciting. And I just love listening to it. So, Jenny Lewis, again, if that's someone you haven't listened to, pull her up on YouTube. Take a listen to her. Find out if you like her or not. And I think you will because, again, just a wonderful, incredible voice. This one with the Watson twins, that was a great CD. All right, part 2, subgenres. Well, this one didn't come out too good, but I have it. So my first subgenre, you have rock, you have rockabilly, and then Psychobilly. Yeah, I love Psychobilly. That's great stuff. And the kings of Psychobilly that I've shown 1 billion times and make it 1 billion to 1. The Cramps. That's right. The Cramps. Songs the Lord taught us. By far a Psychobilly classic. The best. I have 1 billion Cramps albums. This is my go-to all times. And it is Psychobilly. It's like rockabilly, but yet it gets into crazy stuff about monsters and different goo-goo mucks and having your head cut off and put it in a TV set and zombie dances. It's all monster related. They eventually went to Sexobilly because they kind of ran out of monsters to sing about. So it went from Psychobilly to what I would call Sexobilly. But I like the Psychobilly the best. So Cramps is my first genre. And now, genre number 2. Genre number 2 is big beat. There we go. Big beat, okay? Big beat. This was more in the 90s. And, you had the dance scene out there. And, in the 90s, dance just blew up. It went all over the place. It was everywhere. But dance, then there came techno. And then in techno, there was big beat. So you go, well, Steve, what would be an artist that was considered techno big beat? Well, I'll show you. There you go. I'm just a Firestarter. I'm just a Firestarter. Prodigy. My God, I love this CD. I played the heck out of this thing. I'm surprised it probably still plays. I mean, Smack the Bitch Up, Breathe, Diesel Power, Firestarter, Fuel My Fire. Oh my God. Talk about a crazy group. Well, I mean, their lead singer was he made himself look even crazier because what that do? You get a lot more hits. People watch the videos. And I did like the videos. And they were something else. But the genre was considered techno big beat. I considered it just super hip and super cool and a lot of fun to listen to. So the final question was a favorite piece of stereo equipment or something like that. I'm not an audiophile. People, what kind of speakers you have? Well, I have some they're really big, and I have some that are really kind of small, and there's like 6 speakers. One says Bose on it. But I will tell you, my favorite, without a doubt, piece of stereo equipment comes in 2 parts. First one is my old school iPod. 19,500 songs, all from my collection, are on this thing. 19,500 would be 19,501, but I used up all the memory. So I have another one in a box I haven't even used yet. It's my backup, just in case, because they don't make these anymore. But the greatest piece of stereo equipment I have, my absolute favorite, is my Bose headphones. Now, they aren't Bluetooth. You have to have a wire. You got to hook them up to this thing. It's old school. But they have noise cancellation on here. And, I have to fly every week. And Delta, I swear to God, Delta, if there's 20 kids on that plane, they will find the one that's screaming. And that screaming kid, they're going to put right behind me. If the plane is half empty, nobody in there, and they have one screaming child, they're going to put it behind me. No, kids, I get it. But why are they always behind me? So that's where this comes in. I pop these on my head. Suddenly, I don't hear. And when I hit that special little button on there, I hear nothing at all. That child can scream. In fact, coming home just this last week, screaming child, I threw him on my head. I put it on noise reduction. There was no child. I turned on my music, and I do what I always do. I fell asleep. Yes, by far, I don't care about anything with my stereo. This is a lifesaver for the last 12 years. This is my third set. I've worn that many out because I use them every single week. So, best piece of stereo equipment ever. Bose noise canceling headphones. Awesome. Maybe someday I'll do Bluetooth or something like that. So, there you go, Hannah. That answers your questions. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. And your way up to 2,000. Then 3, then 4, then whatever, then President of the United States. I think that's how it all works. So always enjoy your channel. You know, I'm always watching. I'm always commenting because I just love to comment. And I always appreciate hearing from you. And go Big Red. We're ranked number 23 already for next year. That's right. All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hannah, especially you.